Within Sage Intacct, you have the ability to utilize dashboards in addition to accessing standard reports or financial reports in the reports menu. Um, you also can utilize, so here are the financial report options, which is just generally going to contain P&Ls, balance sheets, cash flow statements, and any other financial reports that you customize. But in addition to that, dashboards give you the ability to take not only financial reports, but also add additional content that you can't necessarily get with just one financial report. And you have the ability to create unique dashboards. As you see here, there's been one that's been created for accounts payable, accounts receivable, area supervisor dashboard, a CEO dashboard, and a store dashboard. And so therefore you can set permissions on each dashboard in terms of which users actually get access to this. And also too, employee-based users, which have only read-only permissions, can access these dashboards. So there's a lot of power with them in terms of the overall functionality, as well as who actually has access to a given dashboard. So if we actually take a look at one of these, the store dashboard period end, if I move over to it, just to give you an example of some of the different content and things you can include in this, I can filter how the report is run by putting in a date here. Right now, it's defaulting to all location dimensions. If I wanted to filter it down to a particular store, I could select that store and hit apply, and you'll see it'll re-update the data with that particular store's information on it. These boxes up here are what we call performance cards. And so it gives you the ability to compare actuals in a given reporting period or time period against budget or prior period activity. So you'll see many of these metrics here being compared with budget as well as the prior 13-month period. And with them, you can designate the type of symbol or representation of what the performance card includes. Like you can include arrows. If the variance is positive, it will have an up arrow in green. If it's negative, it will have a down arrow in red, as well as smiley faces that are red and frowning for something that's off target, or a thumbs down versus, as you see here, the thumbs up. So you can customize this flags as well. Then below the performance card on this dashboard, we've got a store P&L that does it by period, current period with budget, and then year to date. And then in addition to that, you've got a trailing 13 sales versus budget, a pie count trend, transactional trend, cost of goods sold versus budget in a trailing 13. And there's other content besides financials that you can include on a dashboard. As you see here, quick links, you can actually include links that if you click on the links that have been embedded in here, it will take you to whatever that URL link that was set up here. This happens to be taking us to the Tablespoon website that was set up here with this link. So you can embed as many links as you want there. And then you can have the collaborate chat information included. If I need to expand a report that is currently compressed, I can hit that arrow button and it will expand that report for me here. And I can do that with all the same here. So if we look at some other examples of dashboards, here's one that was done for an area supervisor where they may be looking at multiple properties in a territory, which then you can set up as a filter to run here. And so like in this case, if I wanted to pull the Houston group for an area supervisor, maybe that's what they're in charge of, I can select that and apply it, and it will now pull in the data with respect to the Houston market here. So as you see, I've got a current period pie or line bar chart by sales by store, and then respective other reports, including trend periods. I've got this would be quality store versus Target. So that would be a instead of a financial account that I'm using, I'm actually using statistical data to pull that in. Then over here, I've got a detailed P&L that I can look at as well. And then you've got variances on this report that have been highlighted with outliers, as you see. So that's an example that can be utilized by somebody overseeing multiple stores. Other examples of dashboards out here, here's one set up for accounts payable. So you've got a vendor aging graph by the aging buckets. You've got aging by the top 10 vendors, a detailed aging report here. You have to scroll to the bottom of this if you want to see your totals all the way to the far right on this particular report. The other thing you can do is when you have the side by side, I could drag this down and stick it below cash analysis, and it would scroll all the way across the screen, which may be what you need to do for any kind of report that doesn't fit a 2-column width here. And you've got the same thing going on with cash analysis. So the reports can be repositioned where needed to get the correct views as needed. Finally, there's an accounts receivable dashboard as well. So that can be utilized for AR, although we don't have a lot of data here, but just like AP, you would have content in here for aging, schedules by customer, and buckets on the AR side of things.